way unto the mythic dawn is narrow indeed, and my burden must be lighter still if I am to thread the needle. I shall break my journey at the Aleswell inn to cache my trappings. A ranger of the wilds knows well when to cast aside the cumbrous pack. I shall go unto their lair with naught but a hidden bodkin and a seeker's tongue. Aleswell. There she is. The windmills are still turning against the sky, indifferent to the madness of the world. It feels like a lifetime since I last saw those stone walls, yet the scent of the pines and the grain hasn't changed a lick. My saddle is heavy, and my bones ache for a hearth fire, but my chest is waiting beneath the eaves. My own bed, my own roof. Just a few more paces, old friend. Let's shed this trail dust and find the bottom of a flagon. The road can wait for tomorrow. Tonight, the hunter sleeps in his own skin.
What hole did you crawl out of?
A deep one, lass, and it stretched all the way from the capital.
Ah, the savior of Aleswell. Whatever you need, I'm at your service.
I go to stalk a quarry in the high scree of the Gerals, one that hears the clatter of a scabbard a league away. I'll be caching my primary gear here in your care. Tread lightly near my door, friend. I seek a quiet path, and I'd have my return be just as silent. See that my effects remain undisturbed, and you'll find your ledgers well recompensed upon my soul's return. Take care.
You too.
To leave them here, cold upon the floor of a stranger's inn, feels a coward's errand. But the shadow I hunt has ears for the creak of leather and eyes for the glint of steel. I must become as the wind, felt but never seen. Stay true, my hidden sting. Guard this hearth until the hunter returns from the hollow, and if the Daedra claim my soul this night, let the dust of Aleswell be your only shroud. Shadenor. Its spires reach for the sky, but its roots are tangled in the rot of the deep earth. Beyond its walls, the Gerals loom like a jagged jaw, ready to snap shut upon the unwary. Somewhere in that grey stone and freezing mist lies the lake, the hollow, where the dawn never breaks, and the Prince of Destruction whispers to his puppets. I feel the lack of my blade like a missing limb. My hand reaches for a hilt that is leagues behind me, resting on a dusty rug in Aleswell. My hip feels light, too light. A ranger without his cold iron is but a ghost in these mountains. No steel to glint in the sun, no leather to creak in the wind. Just a man and a shadow. If I am to bleed, let it be for the sake of Nirn. If I am to fall, let the mountains be my witness. Drat! A bandit scum.
All right then, come at me.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm. Take that.
Gods, a single cur and a lone scavenger. In any other moon, I'd have taken their heads before they even smelled my scent. But today, my hand, it flew to my hip. I reached for the hilt that has saved me 1,000 times, but there was nothing. Only the empty air. I had to go for the boot knife, a common steel dagger. Thank the divines for you, old friend. If you hadn't reared, if you hadn't broken the bandit's line, I'd be feeding the crows on this mountainside. My dagger is short, too short. I had to feel the wolf's hot breath on my throat just to find its heart. If a common thief can draw my blood this easily, while I'm armed with naught but a toothpick, what waits for me in the dark of that lake? The mythic dawn. They are no mountain wolves. They are the heralds of the end. I am brittle. My heart hammers against my ribs like a trapped bird. But I have come too far to turn back to the warmth of Aleswell. Steady now. Step lightly, or the snow shall be my shroud before I even see their gates. This is it. The mouth of the beast. The air here, it reeks of sulfur and old blood. My hand is trembling, and I cannot tell if it is the mountain's chill or the coward's fever. I feel the weight of this tiny blade in my boot, and it feels like a splinter against a storm. Stay here, old friend. Hide in the tree line. If the sun sets twice and the doors do not open, then ride. Ride for the Imperial City. Do not look back for a ghost. I go now with a seeker's tongue and a bared soul. No steel to shield my heart, only the truth of my errand. May the divines grant me a shadow thick enough to hide in, for the light of this dawn is a fire that consumes all. Easy now. Keep the tongue civil, but the eyes sharp. This place is a warren, a sunless hive of fanatics. If the parley turns to blood, I'll not be caught like a rat in a flooded cellar. I must mark every shadow, every draught of cold air that pulls from the deep. Where is the postern? There must be a bolt hole, a secondary vein in this mountain's throat. A ranger does not enter a thicket without knowing the way of the fox. Look for the damp stone. Listen for the whistle of the wind through the cracks in the masonry. If Dagon's hounds slip their leash, I'll need a path that no acolyte's eye has trod, a quick descent, or a hidden stair. Find the door they forgot to lock, or this cave shall be my sepulchre. Hark, this stone. It does not sit true. The moss is shorn away at the seam, and the grit, it's been ground to a fine flour. This is no work of the mountain. It's a blind gate, a sallyport carved by the hands of men who fear the light. Somewhere, nestled in the shadow or masked by the crag, there must be a lever, a catch to spring the weight. A ranger knows the wood, but a fox knows the earth. If I can find the iron tongue to speak to this rock, I'll have my bolt hole. One pull, and the mountain shall yawn for my escape. But if the gears groan, every ear in this hive shall turn toward my throat.
Dawn is breaking.
Aye, and the shadows of the old world are long indeed. I have walked the dark woods long enough, gatekeeper. My feet are weary of the tangled briar and the false sun of the septims. I seek the fire that does not flicker. I seek the morning that shall scour the earth of its rot. Let the light of Mayrunes burn away the dross of my past. I am but a vessel, empty and waiting. Lead me unto the altar. I would see the Master's work with mine own eyes, ere the world is made anew.
Welcome, brother. The hour is late, but the Master still has need for willing hands. You may pass into the shrine. Harrow will take you to the Master for your initiation into the service of Lord Dagon. Do not tarry. The time of preparation is almost over. The time of cleansing is near. Harrow awaits within. You should not linger here.
I am Harrow, Warden of the Shrine of Dagon. By following the path of dawn hidden in the writings of the Master, Mankar Cameron, you have earned a place among the Chosen. You have arrived at an opportune time. You may have the honor to be initiated into the Order by the Master himself. As a member of the Order of the Mythic Dawn, Everything you need will be provided for you from the Master's bounty. Give me your possessions, and put on this initiate's robe.
So, the last of it must go. My hand aches to draw the steel from my boot, to see the red of his throat before the dark takes me. But I must needs be a lamb if I am to find the wolf's den. Here, gatekeeper, take the gold, take the steel. They are but trinkets of a world that is passing away. Now, the robes. They smell of damp earth and the heavy incense of the pyre. To don this wool is to drape myself in the shroud of a traitor. It is a false skin, a layer of rot to mask the hunter beneath. I am but a ghost in a red hood now, no blade at my hip, no leather to guard my heart. Let them look upon the robe and see a brother. But beneath the wool, the ranger still waits, and the ranger does not forget.
Very good. Follow me. I will take you to the shrine.
Dawn is breaking.
Dawn is breaking.
His voice, it is a silken noose. I have heard the howl of the wolf and the scream of the storm, but this is a sound that rots the marrow. He speaks of the world as if it were a cage. He speaks of the green woods and the high peaks as if they were naught but a fever dream. A lie told by dead gods. My heart hammers against the wool of this cursed robe. He stands there, draped in the light of a sun that never shone on Nirn, and he calls the end paradise. It is a madness, a gilded, golden madness that would turn the forests to ash and the rivers to blood. I am but a flea in the shadow of a giant. No blade, no bow, just the breath in my lungs and the secret in my soul. Speak on, prophet of the pit. Weave your shroud of words. But I am a ranger of the high places, and I know the scent of carrion, even when it is wrapped in silk.
At the coming of the dawn.
We have a new brother who wishes to bind himself to the service of Lord Dagon.
Advance, initiate.
No, by the nine, no. He is gone, into the very mouth of the pit, and the amulet, the Chimel Adabal. He carries it like a common trinket into that hell. I have tracked the elk across the tundra, and the wolf through the storm, but I cannot follow a man into the void. The red diamond, the soul of the empire, swallowed by a rift that smells of sulfur and false summer. He calls it paradise, but it is a wound in the world's side. My hands are empty, my hip is bare, and now, the light of the dragonfire has been snuffed out behind a veil of Daedric mist. He thinks he has won. He thinks the ranger is but a spectator in his grand theatre. But a wounded beast is the most dangerous of all. He may have the amulet, he may have his paradise, but he has left the Xerxes behind. The hunter is still in the thicket, Mankar, and I will find a way to tear your paradise down brick by gilded brick, step by step, into the belly of the beast. Advance, they chant, like a murder of crows over a fresh kill. They see the red robe, but they do not see the man beneath. My skin crawls under this cursed wool. It smells of incense and rot. I must walk with the grace of a pilgrim, while my mind maps every throat in this hall. One slip, one tremor, and this cave becomes my cairn. Steady the heart, still the hand. Let them welcome me into their circle, for the closer I stand to the fire, the easier it is to snuff it out.
You have come to dedicate yourself to Lord Dagon's service. This pact must be sealed with red drink, the blood of Lord Dagon's enemies. Take up the dagger and offer Lord Dagon the sacrificial red drink as pledge of your own life's blood, which shall be his in the end.
The silver dagger. It feels like a shard of ice in my palm. They want blood, not the blood of the hunt, but the blood of a brother in chains. This Argonian, his eyes are wide with the same terror I hide beneath this hood. Dagon demands a sacrifice, and they have given the knife to the wolf. My hands are empty of my bow, but they are not empty of purpose. They think they have snared a servant, but they have only given me a weapon. One thrust for the prisoner's heart? No. It shall not be the innocence. Steady now. Wait for the word. Then, let the dawn see a true storm.
Lord Dagon thirsts for red drink. Sate him.
Quiet scales, unless you fancy a shorter life. I am not their butcher. I am the shadow they forgot to lock out. When the steel bites the cord, run for the dark. Don't look back, and don't stop until you taste the marsh. The wolf is in the fold tonight. Now, move.
Guess it was nothing.
Lord Dagon will welcome your...
Go! Run for the shadows, lizard, before the mountain wakes. The Xerxes. It's cold. Colder than the Gerald snow. The pages hum against my skin like a hive of hornets. To touch this ink is to touch the abyss itself. My hands are stained now, but the prize is mine. The priest is screaming. The hoods are turning. I have no plate to guard me, no bow to keep them at bay. Just this heavy, rotting book and a sliver of silver. Now, for the sally port, the cunning stone. If I cannot outrun the dawn, I'll bury them in the dark of their own making. Move!
So he dares to stop where you
My
are.
blood. It feels like 1,000 needles of ice.
You are weak, like a god to pray to.
Curse the dawn. My hands. I can't feel my fingers.
You there, stop where you are. A time of cleansing is almost here. You are weak.
Too close. I can smell the sulfur on their breath. One misstep, and the mountain becomes my grave. Not today. The shadows are mine. This rot, it stays with me. 100 pages of shadow and a binding made of screams. It is a leaden curse, but I'll not leave it for the dawn to feed upon. Into the pack it goes, and may the gods grant me the strength to bear the weight.
glad. You will not live to see the day Lord Dagon walks the earth.
Seek all you want, little acolytes. You're hunting a man who was born in the dark. Save your daggers for the morning. Tonight, I am the only thing in this cave you didn't see coming. There. The lever. The iron ton. My hands are slick with sweat and the rot of that book. But I found the catch. One pull to break the mountain's seal. One breath to find the sky again. The light. The grey mist of the Gerals. I am no martyr for your dawn. The ghost is leaving the hive.
Fly, old friend. Heads for the valley, to Aleswell. Break your heart for the road, and leave the shadows to the wolves. Don't look back. The mountain is waking behind us. Now! Steady, old friend. Steady. The Xerxes. It burns. Gods. It's like a brand against my ribs. My blood. It's cold as the Geral ice. Hold the road. Just a league more. Don't let the dark take me before the gates. Ride. Damn you. Ride!
The burn in the abyss. Filthy rag. To be rid of that red silk is to breathe for the first time in an eternity. It reeked of their paradise, of a world that has no place for the sun or the soil. This bandit, his life was short and his heart was black. But his armor is of the earth, fur and hide. It's honest. It's a poor substitute for my own steel, but it will serve. The wind of the Gerals no longer bites through the weave. I am a hunter once more, not a lamb in a red hood. My hands are still stained by the touch of the Xerxes, but my heart is my own again. Sleep well, brigand. Your skin shall see the end of this dawn, even if you did not live to see the sunset.
Aleswell first. My hands ache for the familiar weight of my own steel. These borrowed furs, they carry the scent of a dead man. And the Xerxes, it burns against my spine like a brand. I'll not face the road to the clouds in another man's skin. I need my bow. I need the bite of my own blade. And then, to the Cloud Ruler. To Martin, the boy priest who carries the blood of kings in his veins. He is the only light left in this gathering storm, and I carry the charcoal to feed his fire. Steady, old friend. The path is long, and the air grows thin where the blades keep their watch. We ride for the temple. We ride to give a king his crown, or a world its ending. Fly!
What hole did you crawl out of?
Way shrines of the Nine in the wilderness confer blessings on the righteous and faithful.
Oh, I'm not listening to you. It's because I don't like you. No doubt.
Finally,
From the other provinces.
the weight of honest steel.
Good day.
This blade, it has tasted the salt of the Abyssian and the frosts of the Pale. It knows my hand
Spit it
as a
out or
hound
hit
knows
the
its
road.
master.
I don't have
To
time.
be rid of those borrowed furs, to feel the familiar bite of my own bracers. It is a homecoming I feared I'd never see. The Xerxes sits heavy in my pack, a leaden curse that chills the very air. But now, I have the wood and the string to defend the burden. I am no longer a rat scurrying in the dark of a cave. I am a ranger of the realm. My kit is strapped, my quiver is full, and my path is north. To Cloud Ruler, to the Prince, let the mythic dawn come for their book now. They'll find the hunter is no longer hiding.